Hello, dear viewers of Whispers of Turkish Stars. Welcome back. Before we dive into tonight's whirlwind, make sure you're subscribed and tap that like button, because what unfolded this week in Istanbul has the entire entertainment world buzzing. The unexpected presence of Mert Ramazan Demir at the launch event for Afra Sarıkoglu's new series sent cameras into a frenzy and turned whispers into headlines. Are they finding their way back to one another, or was it simply a gesture of support from an old partner who knows her rhythm better than anyone? Let's walk through every look, every word, and every echo that followed. It began innocently, as these storms so often do. Afra posted a sleek, understated invitation on her social pages, an elegant card, a time, a place, a caption that read only, "See you where stories begin again." Nobody expected to see Mert among the guests. No one predicted the ripple that would become a wave. Yet minutes before the lights dimmed, he stepped onto the carpet in a fitted black suit, cut sharp as a promise. He moved with that quiet poise he's known for, the kind that says he doesn't need the spotlight to know he belongs in it. Reporters surged forward, all elbows and microphones. Mert paused, offering that small, steady smile fans recognize. His comment was brief, but it landed like a carefully folded note slipped between old pages. "I'll always support Afra's work," he said. "She is an extraordinary artist, and I respect her deeply." The line was polished but tender, restrained but resonant. Cameras captured his eyes, steady and warm, and far across the carpet, Afra turned toward the flash of bulbs with a smile she couldn't quite hide. Social media combusted within minutes. Clips of Mert on the red carpet and Afra waving from the stage ran wild. Edits appeared in seconds, pairing their past scenes with the present electricity of the room. Comments crowded under every post, phrases like "real connection doesn't fade" and "when two souls learn each other's language, they never forget it" cycled through timelines like a chant. The air in the venue felt charged, a hum just beneath the applause. Throughout the evening, fans and photographers alike caught the glances. They didn't sit together, and yet every time Afra lifted her gaze toward the floor lights, she seemed to find him in the crowd as if her eyes had known the route for years. The tension was unmistakable. Not heavy, not sharp, just that rich kind of tension that lives in shared history, the kind that makes old lines feel new when delivered across a room. Then came the moment on stage. Afra stepped up to thank the team behind her new series, voice steady and bright. Midway through, she looked out over the audience, the light catching her smile. "Sometimes," she said, "paths split so we can see what was precious from a new point of view." It was not a declaration, not even a confession. It was a thought, offered like a small lantern. The room answered with applause that rose and rolled. The cameras swung to Mert, catching the faintest, warmest curve of his mouth, a smile that held more than manners. Whispers followed the applause. A source close to Afra, someone who's kept pace with her for years, leaned into the night's subtext. According to that insider, Afra wanted Mert there. She'd insisted. Not for theatrics, not for chaos, simply to share the threshold of a new chapter with a person who mattered in the chapters that came before. That, the source murmured, tells you everything. Whether it told the world or told them was left unsaid. Hours after the event wrapped, another spark landed. On his page, Mert posted a black and white shot from backstage, Afra seen from behind, a curtain folding like smoke beside her, her silhouette poised just before the lights found her. The caption read, "When talent meets courage, the work breathes." Was it a coded message or pure professional admiration? Debates erupted instantly, some calling it a love letter in monochrome, others insisting it was an artist saluting an artist from the safety of nuance. Warning did not soothe the noise. Reporters waited outside the studio, and when Afra finally emerged, she was graceful and brief. "Sometimes a quiet presence speaks louder than 1,000 words," she said, then stepped into her car without letting the silence break into questions. The line was soft enough to sound like air and firm enough to feel like a boundary. It only stirred the story further. Behind the curtains of the launch, another piece surfaced. A technician from the production team, someone used to living in the shadows of the spotlights, mentioned that Mert had remained backstage for most of the night. He kept out of the way, he kept the attention on her. But before the evening concluded, he and Afra found a corner away from the bustle, just a few minutes carved out of the rush. The technician swore their conversation was quiet and close, that their shoulders leaned in as if remembering a familiar rhythm. There was a brief moment, the source said, when their hands found each other. Not dramatic. Not flaunted. Just a touch that felt like an exhale they both needed. Fans, fueled by curiosity and affection, began digging up old interviews and memories that had once felt tucked away. Clips resurfaced: Afra laughing about how Mert could make even the heaviest day feel lighter, Mert calling her a light that sharpened every frame they shared. Quotes gained fresh meaning with each new view. The past seemed to stretch its arms into the present and stir it awake. 2 days later, as if responding to an invisible prompt, Afra posted a short video: a table by a window, 2 cups of coffee, steam curling like a script in the air. The framing, the tone, the stillness, it recalled an old photo Mert had posted years ago at the start of a long shoot, 2 cups waiting for a day to begin. Fans didn't need the map. They drew the lines themselves, circling back to everything they'd always seen between them and now couldn't unsee. A blurry photo followed from a boutique hotel known for its discretion. Nothing outrageous, nothing definitive, just a candid angle from a lobby mirror, a reflection where their faces tilted toward each other, laughing like the way people laugh when time hasn't managed to break the private jokes. It was the kind of picture that says you had to be there but also invites everyone to feel like they were. Of course, the official line pulled things back to earth. Afra's representative released a neat statement thanking fans for the tidal wave of support and reminding everyone that her focus was on her new project. She is not commenting on her private life at this time, it concluded, with all the finality such lines try to carry. But attention pays no rent to finality. Every glance, every caption, every movement was turned into a clue, and conversations across the industry kept circling the same questions as though trying to read their reflections in a moving river. Even analysts joined in. A body language expert weighed in during a live segment, pausing frames from the red carpet and stage. The way Mert looks at her, the expert said, the slight lean, the softened jaw, the tilt of his head, these are not the marks of simple professional admiration. There's history in that posture. There's restrained feeling. There's nostalgia trying not to become confession. Clips of that analysis spread as quickly as the original footage, and with them came a surge of romantic edits pairing old scenes with new glances, as if their storylines were insisting on a sequel. Another detail kept curiosity alive. Word broke that Mert, who'd been tempted by 2 major international offers, had turned them down right after the launch. He preferred, for now, to stay close to home. Was it strategy, timing, or something more personal? No one could say on the record. Off the record, the suggestions multiplied: maybe proximity mattered, maybe doors were being kept ajar, maybe this season asked for patience instead of flights and premieres far away. No official announcement of a joint project emerged, though rumors skimmed across the surface like small boats in a wide harbor. What did surface were patterns. A post here, a like there, a song shared in the background of a story that fans swore carried the fragrance of things unsaid. Each movement was watched, replayed, stitched into collages by those who find comfort in connections that might be returning to their center. By the week's end, the story had grown beyond a single night's surprise. It became a question of timing, of courage, of how 2 people navigate public expectation while guarding a private truth. Maybe their bond never needed noise to exist. Maybe it simply needed space to breathe without the buzz. They have always seemed most at ease when the work gave them a language strong enough to say what words stumble over. Perhaps that is why the image of 2 coffee cups felt louder than any speech. What remains certain is this: within a few hours, an industry event transformed into a cliffhanger. The applause still echoes, that backstage silhouette still lingers, and somewhere between the formal statements and the stolen laughter is the possibility that their story isn't over. It's pausing on the inhale, deciding whether to become something spoken aloud. Whether we'll see them side by side on a set again or catch a handbrush in real life under a city awning, no one can promise. But there's a reason the room felt electrified when their eyes found each other across the crowd. There's a reason so many people want to believe in second drafts, in revised endings, in chapters that begin where old ones left off. Tell us what you believe, here on Whispers of Turkish Stars. Was Mert's arrival a bridge back to what never truly left, or a respectful bow from one great performer to another? Would you rather see them together on screen, where the script can protect them, or off screen, where the heart must take the risk without rehearsal? Share your thoughts below, and stay with us for more intimate, timely updates, because in this city, where lights are always ready to rise, some stories are only just finding their mark.